table tag. Okay, so this is the element you need to use for creating the table in the HTML. Okay, and this is a basic tag. So we'll be discussing all these tags one by one. And I will just execute and show. Meanwhile, I'll just explain in brief. So here HTML table contains any number of rows. So always the rows will be represented with the tag tr. Okay. So you need to start with the table tag. Within that you will be creating the tr, that is rows, table rows. So it contains number of rows. How many rows you want? Those many you need to use the tr tag. Okay, there is opening and closing. In between you need to specify the cells. Okay, so if I tell this is row, it is having more number of cells. So each cell you are going to represent with td. Okay, so each row contains any number of data, table data cells. Okay, this is my row. Within this row it may contains any number of cells. So each cell it is represented using td. Okay, that is table description. So now whatever the content you want to display within this row, it should be within the tr tag. Okay, tr followed by you will be writing td. Okay, and what is the item or what is the information you want to represent in that row, followed by closing tag. So for the next cell, okay, for the next cell, once again you need to write the td followed by the item name, then close the tag. You need to write the, so you need to write the value in this space slash td. Okay, so once if three cells are there in the single row, then you need to end the row. Okay, in case if there is another row in the table, then you have to once again start the table row, okay, followed by the td tag. So this is how you need to create the table structure. So you're going to use table, then table row, then table description. Just a minute. Hello. ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಆನ್ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಹಾಂ ಹಾಂ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಂ. ಹ್ಞೂ, ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಆಯಿತು, ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. Okay, you can just observe here. There is one small example. Okay, so you need to start with, always when you want to create a table, you need to start with the table tag, followed by how many number of rows, how many number of cells are there. So that is indicated using tr and td tag. So here I have represented now in the same manner. And you can just observe here there is a basic table. Can you observe the table here? Just to focus on to the table. Don't see anything. Okay, I have some information within this table and some numbers. Okay, year and numbers. So now how it is represented. So whenever if you want to specify the table, you can just see this is the output I'm going to get. Okay, if I run this code, I'm going to get this output. But you may feel this is like incomplete or it is not look like table. For that you need to go for the table stylings so that you can design better. So now start with a table, then tr. That means now you are going to do this, create the first row. Okay, first row. Within this row, how many cells are there? 1 2 3 4 5 cells. So then it will be having 5 td tag. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, for all the cells you need to write this information. Whatever the data that is there in the row, in each cell you need to specify within the td tag. Okay, this is just indicating a first row. Okay, so this tr to this tr indicates the first row, and also it's cell content. Similarly, for the second row, you need to start with the TR. Okay, and within that, whatever the cells information it is there, you represent using a TD tag, and that is indicating the second row. Okay, so this is, see, you just start learning these tags in for the simple table. Okay, so don't go with adding in the beginning itself all stylings and all, so the code look like complicated. First, be familiar with the basic tags. Okay, so use table TRTD and create a simple table. So just take it as an assignment. Okay, once you are done, just share me the screenshot. Okay, so this is simple table and this is the output how you are going to get. Just start with this simple table. So next, you can just observe. So this is something like incomplete. I don't know what is this first column indicates, what is the second column, third column. There is something is missing. Okay, what is missing? So it is not telling what is the information that is represented in each column. So for that it requires the heading. Okay, so you need to add the table heading. So for that we have a separate tag called th, table header. So using this table header you can add the table heading. So example, you can just observe. So this is a table tag. So now I am creating the in the first row. Okay, once again start with tr. So I am creating first row where I am specifying the heading of the columns. Okay, the first cell indicates the title, then second column indicates the artist, the third column indicates year, and the fourth column is width, and this fifth column is height. So now specify the same information in using th. Okay, first row should be the heading. You need to start with the heading. Okay, followed by you are specifying these are all headings. Okay, you can just see the tag used here, it is th followed by what is the title you want to, I mean what is the heading you want to display for the column 1. So here I have specified it is a title. Just close the tag. Similarly specify for the remaining columns. Okay, so always the heading should come in the beginning itself. When you open the table tag, immediately followed by the first row should be the heading, followed by, so you have the first, second row and third row as the content of this table. Okay, so this is the second row and this is the third row. Are you getting, is it difficult to understand? So this is just a table similar to the previous table, but here it is with heading. You can see the output here. So you are getting the title, artist, year, width and height as a heading. Whenever if you want to add, normally for every table you need to specify the heading. Okay, so it should be start with, or you need to use the tag th. Okay, so within opening and closing you need to specify the heading tag, I mean heading information for each column. Okay, so next we'll move on to spanning rows and columns. Okay, spanning rows and columns indicates, so whenever if you want to specify the data like this. Okay, instead of I don't want to represent width and height as a separate information, I want to represent it as a single heading. So that is size. Okay, I want to represent this as a size where it is covering with the two column information in the data part. So now this is called as column spanning. That is, I am just merging the two columns. This is column 4 and this is column 5 according to the previous code. Okay, so now I don't want to display separate heading here. Okay, so I will just merge these two columns. Whenever you want to merge the column, you need to use column spanning. Okay, column spanning. So here I will replace this width and size with heading size. Width and height is replaced with heading called size. So now I am going to merge these two columns using column spanning attribute. It is an attribute. Okay, column spanning is the attribute. Similarly, if you want to merge rows, okay, if you want to merge rows, so in that case, if you want, consider here, so if you want to merge these two rows, okay, indicating these two belongs to, if it is having same name most of the time, in that case you can just merge these two rows. This is one row and this is another row. You are just merging these two rows using row span. Okay, row span. This is also an attribute. This is also an attribute where you need to specify this using td tag. Row span and column span. Okay, I will show the examples for this. You can just observe here. Okay, this is column spanning using column span attribute, and you can just observe this is row spanning. Okay, span to 3, that means 3 rows are spanned. So this is how you need to give the code. So td followed by attribute. So row span is attribute, not the tag. Okay, you should be very clear what are properties, attributes and tags. Okay, for td tag, row span, column span are the attributes. So how many cells you want to merge, how many rows you want to merge, you just specify it here. Okay, accordingly you need to change in the cell content where you are writing this. Okay, so in the second row you need to specify, so that is row span followed by what is the information you want to display, so that you need to specify. This is for the first column, first row, and followed by you are going to specify 3 rows. Okay, it is splitting these 3 rows. You can just observe. So this is common for all the 3 rows. Okay, in the second column you will be having, so this information, this one. Okay, so these are all comes under the second column, and the year is going to be the third column. Okay, only the first column where the rows are merged. So in the second column onwards, so in the second cell you need to specify these details. So there are 3 details you need to specify. Only once it is enough. Once if you are specifying, that's enough. No need to specify in the second row. So just be clear with this. I think you can observe in the structure itself. Just a minute. Okay, you can just observe the code. So row span 3, and I am specifying this information, and this is going to be common for all the 3 rows. Okay, so next onwards, in the next row you can directly specify from these 3 values. Okay, no need to specify the first information in the first column. It's not required to specify in all the rows. Okay, you can just observe, and this is a second column information, and this is the third column information. Similarly, this is the second one, that is third row and the second column. Okay, similarly you just go with this. So this is fourth row second column, and this is the third column. This is how you're just merging the information. At least execute 1 or 2 programs like this, you will be able to understand. So how you need to specify the column spanning and also row spanning. I will show the example for those things, no need to worry. Okay, so you can just observe here the diagram, how you can create the layouts for the images using a table. Okay, so using table, you can just put whatever the image you want to. Normally you will use image tag, the same image tag you specify within the table tags. Okay, where you are specifying the row and also the cell. So you specify or give the complete information of the image tag there. It is going to represent the images in the form of table format. Okay, so you can use images to represent, or table, you can use the tables to represent the images also. So in additional to that, we have other additional tags. Okay, so one is caption, column, then column group, then table head, table header footer, okay, table body. So we'll just work with these different tags and we'll see how the changes can be applied. So styling we'll discuss tomorrow. So let me go to the, or else I can just cover these stylings also. Okay, you can just observe now the properties. What are the properties you can apply to the table? Just note down. We have already discussed these things. So width is a property that can be used to specify the width of the cell. Okay, width of the cell and also height of the cell can be specified using a CSS property. These are all CSS property. Then cell spacing. Okay, so this is what is the space between every cells in the table. So that can be specified using cell spacing. Then cell padding, that is a space between the cell and the content, similar to the CSS box model, whatever we have discussed padding. Similar to that, here it is with respect to the table cell. Okay, so table cell, so how much distance it should be, the content should be specified from the border. Okay, so that is called as cell padding. Then BG color, so if you want to change the background color of any table, that can be done. Then background, so if you want to, what type of background you want to add, any colors, or if you want to put any image as a background, you can do it using background property. Then alignment. Okay, so how you are going to align the text? You want to align the text either left or to right, or it is center, so that you can specify to the cells. That means in a cell, how we are going to the alignment of the information. So is it just starts with a left alignment or right alignment, or it is going to be the center? You can specify using alignment. So we have already discussed all these properties, but here it is, I am applying these properties to the table. That's all. You can just see some of the stylings it is done. Okay, so in the previous example, whatever we have taken here, so where there is no, see, where there is no borders only. Okay, if you want to specify border color, so you need to use the CSS property. Okay, so I am specifying here to the table the border property, so it should be solid, and I am specifying what should be the thickness of that border. Okay, 1 point I have specified, and what is the color? Black. You can just observe how I got the border to the table. Okay, you just observe I have got the border to the table, not for all the individual rows and columns. It is just for the table. In case if you want to apply these borders to the cells also, okay, then you have to specify for TD. Okay, you need to specify the style for TD. Border, solid, 1 pt block. You can just see after applying this style, you will be getting like this. Okay, for each cell you are going to get the border. Okay, and you can just observe, so here there is like gap between each cell, so it is applying border to each of the cell information. Okay, and you can just clearly it is visible, so there is a space between the border cells. If you don't want to keep that space between the cell borders, you can just go for border collapse. So that is another property, border collapse. So if you use this, you can just see how you're going to get the border. Okay, so it is just merges the border edges of all the cells. So here it looked like double line, but here it is merged. Okay, see, you should be able to identify where you are going to apply the style. So when you want to apply the style for complete table, then it should be specified within the corresponding tag. Okay, the selector is very important, to which tag you are going to apply the style. Accordingly, select the selector. Okay, and here, so we have discussed about how to apply the border stylings for the table. Okay, so still we have some other properties like padding. Okay, you can increase the padding, means the space between the content, this space. Okay, so the space between the content and the border, if you want to keep increasing, you can just give the value accordingly, it will changes. Okay, so that is called as padding. Next we have border spacing. That is, border spacing means between the cells. See, every cell it is having a border, because I have specified border to the each cell. If you don't specify this property, then you won't get the borders. You will just get a plain text information. Okay, so here I have specified the border, and also I am giving more space between the borders of each of the cell. Okay, border spacing I have kept here 10 pt, 10 points. So in that case, what happens, you can see the difference between the first diagram and second diagram. So here where the space between the cell is increased, so that is called as border spacing. Okay, so this all comes under style. So we have still lot of, you can just specify the heading. Okay, that is called caption. You can write the caption. For that caption, we have a caption tag. Okay, it is not the property or attribute, it is a tag. So what is this tag indicates? If you want to display any heading information for a complete table, okay, like this. Okay, this indicates list of students. So in that case, use this caption. Okay, table tag followed by, you need to specify the caption tag. Then also, if you want to apply any styles to this caption for the text, whatever you are going to write it here, so then you can use all CSS properties. Okay, that is font weight, then padding, text alignment, text transformation, that is uppercase or lowercase, border top. Okay, so all this you can specify using CSS property for the caption tag. Okay, caption tag means that is a heading to the table. Similarly, if you want to apply any heading background color only for the heading, can you see here? So there is some gray color applied to the heading row. Then you have to specify like this. Okay, so that is table head. Okay, for the first row, apply this color. Okay, and this is padding of this particular cell where there is more space compared to the content. So like that, you can just give the different styling to the table. Okay, in case if you want to apply for the other rows other than the heading, some other background color, or if you want to change the font, anything. Okay, any styling if you want to apply, so you specify the proper heading. So table body, so within that, for the rows specified within this tag table body, so you apply these properties, background color changed, border bottom. Okay, so where it is specified solid white, that means the border of this table. Okay, so there is, you can just see there is no black color here, it is just the white color. Then color of the text. Okay, so this is how you can specify the border of or the styling of the table. So we'll discuss these things one by one. I will just try to execute these things. We'll start with the small, the basic program. Okay, with the basic tags. Okay, so here I have already created one table. So if you want, there is nothing content added. I just focused on the table. Okay. Okay. Are you able to see the? So this is just a simple HTML file where I've specified the body tag, no heading, nothing I've used, header part. So here I'm using heading, then followed by, I have a tag, table tag. So for that I'm using, okay, let it be, I will just remove all this. Okay, I have a table tag, followed by, I am going to display the heading. If you don't want, I will try to make it very simple. Okay, so this is, I think everybody can understand. I have a table tag followed by, I have these many rows, 1, 2, and this is 3. Okay, and I'll be having the details in each row with 3 cells. How many cells I have? How many columns I have here? 3 columns. This one. Okay, are you able to see the output? So this is what I got from this code. Simple code, nothing added much. Okay, so only thing is I've used table format. So in that I'm specifying the first, this is my row. Okay, this is my row, and in each row if you want to specify the cell information, you are using td tag. Okay, similarly for the second row, so I'm using tr tag. Within that, to specify these information, I have used the td tag. Similarly, I have the third row followed by this code. Okay, so this is third row information. I think till here everybody will be able to create one small table. Okay, using tr and td tags, you can create a small table. So now for this table, we'll just try to add the information. Okay, here there is no heading. You can just add the heading part here. So how you're going to add? Once again, you have to create the tr tag. Okay, close the tr tag. Okay, then within that, create heading. So using th tag. Okay, so I will take the heading first name. Are you people following? The second heading I will go with second name. So third row may indicate age. Third column indicates age. Close the heading tag. Okay, so now this is going to be one more row added for this table, indicating what are these each column and row tells. Okay, column indicates what information, and row indicates that particular, it is an instance of a particular person detail. Okay, so save it and run. Can you see how I got the heading? Is it clear how I am getting this? Any doubt in this? See, just try to do step by step. Don't go take some particular program and copy paste it and run. You will not learn. Okay, because you have some set of lab programs, and also in the exam many times they have given their own structure of the table, and you need to write the code for that. Okay, so where normally there will be a column spanning details. Okay, something like this. Okay, you can see here I have column spanning and also row spanning. So accordingly you should able to write the code. Okay, this is like a normal question. Every time they will ask, they will give the table structure. Okay, accordingly you need to write the code. So here there is, I have used the column span, and here this is row span and this is column span. Don't get confused. So here whenever two columns are getting merged, so we call it as column span. You need to set using this attribute, and here two rows are merging. Okay, so this is called as row span. Okay, I will execute those things also. So just be aware of it, take it serious and practice this code. So next let me add style to the table is equal to, I will specify width of the table. Okay, it should be within the double quotes. Okay, save it and run. Okay, see the width is changed. Okay, you just give the proper width so that it looks like table. Okay, you can see the width of the content between the columns. Okay, it is increased. It is not changing with respect to the height, it is only the width part is changing. If you want to apply changes with respect to height, that can also be specified. If you want to see, you can just add that part also here. Okay, so here in the style tag itself you can add the height tag, height property, and you can see the changes. So next I will go with the this is just a basic table. If you want to apply the borders, okay, so here you can just see there is no border, so we'll try to apply border to this table. Okay, so for that I need to go for the style tag, so I need to write the code in the style part. I have a program, just a minute. Okay, so here I have just added all the information of spanning tree, I mean spanning of rows and columns. So now before to this, let me add the first border to this table. Is it the table I was just, okay. So now you need to create the style part. Okay, either you can go with the inline representation of CSS, or you can go with the embedded. So here I will be just using the embedded style to create head tag. Always it should be, the style tag should be within the head tag. Okay, just close it. Now within this I will create the style. Okay, so I will apply the border to the table. So for row and also for the cell. If we want to check one by one, then we'll go with only one tag, table. Here I will specify border border property. So with the what is the thickness of the border, I am giving 1 pixel, and what is the, I am giving solid color. Okay, the color of the border is solid black color, and close it. Okay, we just save this program. Can you see? I got the border. Only for this outer border I have got. You need to check it why I'm getting only for the table. This is my table. Okay. So I'm getting border for only table. If you want to get borders for each row, okay, and also for each cell, then you have to specify comma tr comma th. Okay, for row and also not th, it is td. Clear? So now you can just see the changes that is applied to the table, where you will be getting borders to for each row and also for each cell. Okay, are you able to see the changes? Are you able to see the changes? But try to practice it. Simply just observing it's of no use. Just you can just spend time to work with this HTML code. Okay, so now we have done with the border. Is it clear how to apply the border? So in case how the border look like here, so it is just representing a separate each cell. It is not like the exact table format. In case if you want to make it the proper format, you need to specify the what we call it as collapse. Okay, border collapse. So but here you can just observe I have made it incomplete. Okay, so here I'm not getting any separator for the heading because I have not specified th part here. Okay, use th, see the changes. Okay, so now it is applying the border for complete table. Okay, and also for header and also for the content. Okay, so I am applying the border for header and also each cell. So now whatever the space, you can just observe it is not like a table format. Okay, it look like separate cell representing some information. If you don't want to represent the borders look like this, you can go for border collapse. Border collapse. So here it is there. Okay, border collapse. If you don't specify, by default it will take the same format or whatever it is you are able to see here. Okay, if you don't want to see, if you want to display like just a single line, you need to specify collapse. Collapse. So what it is going to do? So borders will be collapsed into a single border. Okay, you can see each element it is represent the border. Now that is going to be collapsed and representing a single border. Can you see? So this is how you need to use the border collapse. So next we can go for cell padding. Okay, that is how you can give the space between the border and also the content. So using cell padding. Okay, where you should apply, you should not apply cell padding to the table, you should apply to the content. So normally the content is there in the th tag, okay, and also td tag. So now within this you write the padding, how much space you want to give between the border and the content, specify here. Okay, so you just see the changes. Can you see the space between the border and the content is increased. Okay, about the padding we have already discussed when we were discussing about the CSS box model. Okay, so to just look properly the table format, accordingly you can just give the padding size. Okay, I think this is better. So next, alignment. Okay, so now by default you can just see the heading is center alignment. In case if you want to change that to, okay, I'm just talking about the header part. Okay, then you use only for th tag this style. So what is style I'm going to specify here? It is text alignment property. So we have already used, maybe you just see the list. We have discussed all this property with respect to text in the previous class. Text transform, align, shadow, okay, decoration, orientation, indent and overflow. Okay, so use any of these properties and you can just arrange accordingly. So here I'll just go with the align. Okay, so you can just specify left. Now it is center actually. I am applying this for the heading th tag. Okay, can you see there is changes in the header part? If you don't want to do anything, by default it is center. Okay, if you want to make it left, right, so you need to explicitly write the property and the value. So this is right. Similarly, if you want to add the same alignment for the cell also, okay, now it is center. So content also, if you want to make it center, then you just write td tag here. That's all. Very simple. Td tag. Save it and refresh. Can you see the changes? Okay. See, if you just start showing some interest of learning this, so there are so many things to learn. Okay. Here I cannot cover all the part. You can just play when you start coding. You just do all these changes and you can enjoy. Okay. See here I'm just showing only some of the things. You just apply text properties. I told now there are so many properties are there. You apply and check how you are going to get. So next we'll move on to border spacing. Okay, so I will just go with border spacing for the table. Okay, I will just cover this part and we'll stop the class. So border spacing. Okay, you can just give what should be the border spacing. Let me, I think we may not get the output for this. Okay, so whenever if you want to apply border spacing, so this collapse should not be specified. Okay, so let me remove this and I will add this part. Can you see? Did you got the output? I'm just putting the, see, if you do collapse and if you are trying to give the border spacing, not possible because the borders are collapsed into a single line. That's why I've just removed. See, if I have put border collapse and also border specify, I am just trying to increase the border space, it's not possible. Okay, you will not get the difference. So that's why whenever if you are giving the border space means, so this should not be, collapse should not be given, or else you can just remove this value. Okay, so if you want to increase the border space some more, you can just increase the pixels 10p, and this is for 5 pixels, and this is, you can just see, so the border space, the border between the cells, it is increased. The space between the cells is represented using border spacing.